Yeah, you may continue.
So,
you're talking about my herbs, eh? I got there are some herbs which they help in fight against.
No.
They work on the immune system.
No, wait. They coming up with these local herbs which are being used by women during sex.
Okay.
Chiswabu.
The leg of what? Chiswabu. They used by the ladies.
Yes, it's Palombe Sukato.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Do you think they contribute to the growing of HIV and AIDS?
How?
Because I think men.
In the sense, could these things, the concussions, they help in encouraging people to have without protection. But when they are using those things, you're not allowed to use protection.
I don't think so.
Are they not taken? Are they not taken the mouth? I have no idea.
Because I don't know for men because.
Are they not swallowed?
I don't know, madam.
Are they not put in food?
They do swallow.
In food, eh? They are mixed with food, eh?
Then, what we have is in the body. For man, the thing is, we are told once they take those concoctions, they work on them,
they energize the body.
We always say things when they come sweet.
Is it? How true is that?
So something that is sweet, you cannot use condoms.
Yeah, and just with you.
That's why I'm saying this is 2026.
Yes.
But is it not something to do with the mindset?
I think just the mindset.
Is it not something to do with the mindset that when you take those precautions, you have that mindset? Then it's built in you that I'm going to experience sweetness. Seriously.
It's not about the mindset.
Because mindset, does it not have something to do with the mindset?
I don't think it's not about mindset.
Because if it's swallowed, how does it contribute to the sweetness?
That's where the magic comes.
Yes.
It has to do with the mind.
Because, okay, madam, this is mind. Those things now.
It just has to do with the mind.
Wait, madam. Those things now can be expensive. As well be about to go, I think. And apart from the mind,
because sex has to do with the mind.
And apart from the mindset, I think
let him first finish.
Married men, I think when they have kids with the women, I think the vagina gets big. I don't experience dating. I think that's how I get it up. So for what I want to experience, that's why they go for the
for the concussions. So it makes the ladies to tighten their thing.
Yes.
Another explanation.
Actually something that's tighten in mind. So if a lady take the concoction without telling his husband, when doing the thing, the husband knows there's different. Hey, something's different. I think today she's sweet.
You get
now, does it not have to do with the mind? The lady's mind, because when you're taking that, what are you putting yourself? You're setting your mind with that mindset. I'm going to be sweet.
Okay.
I know, but the man.
That means
this one is sweet. She's different from the other.
Yes, but
something is.
I think for me, I think it's just something to do with the mindset. So let's continue. So non-governmental organizations such as the Population Services International, they have also strived in helping combat this HIV and AIDS. So Population Services International is also one of the NGOs that has come in place, like one of the interventions to help fight against HIV. Then you have another organization as well as Banjalan Togol. What are some of the services that are provided by Banjalan Togol? Circumcision. Is it free? It's free?
No. Yeah,
Abortion is it? But it's illegal here in Malawi.
But they do.
See it? Interesting. Okay. So we also have FIPAM. FIPAM, they also work just as Banjalan Togol. Maybe they're different. But they also provide sexual health services, sexual reproductive health services.
Yeah.
So Banjalan Togol provides condoms to both men and women and has significantly improved the availability of condoms for women in particular. So I think Banjalan Togol came up with women condoms. Do you know that they also have condoms designed for women? But though they are not mostly used, I don't know why. Are female condoms more, or are they easily accessed like the way male condoms are?
So
why?
They are too hard.
They are too hard?
Yeah. And I think it's a process when the women want to put them on. I think it's
a process. Or to put for the women to put on the condom is a big process.
I think so.
You just think.
Because I heard on the radio.
But what did you hear on the radio?
I've been there, and then I always say, I would
But in terms of accessibility, is it more, how accessible is the female condoms and the male condoms? Well, if you go by a shop, are you going to access them? Or maybe just drop in centers, like you said, could the amount, you go to some places where you find the amount, there's something on the wall and you can easily access those condoms. Can you also access the female condoms? In sounds they're there. Interesting. So the PSI, Banjalan Togol, and many other organizations have become more widely available to Malawi, to the Malawian people. So we see the intervention of NGOs providing different sexual reproductive health services. Then we also have voluntary counseling and testing. Let us look at voluntary counseling and testing. What is counseling? What is counseling? Voluntary counseling and testing.
It's a type of therapeutic aid which is given to people.
Aid?
Therapeutic information which is given to people. On how they can deal with situations.
Different situations in life. Okay, fine. So, what I was saying, what do you understand by the word counseling?
It's like motivation.
The motivation?
It's some sort of guidance on how to deal with certain situations.
Okay, fine. So people living in areas with high rates of HIV face several psychological barriers when deciding whether to undergo testing for HIV. So if maybe you think you might be having the virus or not, you are in that type of situation, that means you're having a psychological issue that you're fighting against. So there's need for someone to sit you down and tell you the pros and the cons of HIV. Like, what about if maybe you're found positive, how are you supposed to respond? What about if you're found negative, how are you supposed to respond? So it's a way of offering you a counsel or giving you the right information pertaining to that particular situation in which you are, so that it helps you move forward. Because when you're psychologically affected, it eats you up. You may find with other people, they look to be sick, not that they are sick, but they're just psychologically affected or they're depressed. So for example, people may prefer not to know if they're HIV positive because due to the obstacles they often face in gaining access to antiretroviral drugs. Many view HIV diagnosis as a death sentence. I've heard people, but I think nowadays it's declining.
Yeah.
It's very, back then when people used to think when you're HIV positive, that means you're going to die soon. But that's not the fact nowadays. People who are HIV positive, they even live long compared to those people who may not be positive, as long as you take the right precautionary measures, like being on treatment, knowing your HIV, first of all, knowing HIV status, being on treatment, living a healthy lifestyle, shining away some of these risky lifestyles. Others may simply believe that they are HIV negative, either because they practice strict monogamy and consistently use condoms during sexual intercourse. So others, they just have that belief that because, what is monogamy? Having one wife, or having one sexual partner?
Only one.
So the fact that you know yourself, good, I only have one sexual partner, I use condoms, so you just psychologically, you know, good, I'm safe, I cannot get the disease. Though it's not 100%. It's not 100% because you never know how your partner goes around. You might be having one sexual partner, you might be using condoms, you might be doing that, but you never know what your partner is. Unless maybe the two of you are very trustworthy, which is very expensive. If you have a partner who is very faithful to you, that means you have a very rare gem. You never know how your partner is going about. But it's also very possible to have a faithful sexual partners. Are you together? We're not ruling it out, no. It's possible to have faithful sexual partners, and it's also not possible to have them. Yeah. So, however, despite these barriers, both mobile and statistics testing services have become more widely available in Malawi recently, as we've already talked about. Mobile and static testing services. 1,392 testing and counseling sites existed in 2011. So by 2011, we had 1,392 testing and counseling sites. So we're talking about 2011. This is 2023. That means definitely the testing and counseling sites have increased as well. So certain non-government organizations such as the Malawi AIDS Counseling and Resource Organization, MACRO, provide door-to-door counseling and testing services, which have drastically improved the accessibility of HIV testing. Any questions, any comments?